Hello and welcome to the Custis Blue YapCast. If you hear a faint noise on the low end of the spectrum, that is shit's getting power washed. So, happened to be right when I started. Literally turned on 5 seconds before I clicked start. So, enjoy that. Hopefully, I have it. It's not. Okay. Hopefully there's nothing on my face after that. So, sorry, I'm loud. Okay. Yeah, so welcome to the Custis Blue YapCast. We are, going to get into it. This is now going back onto my OG YapCast YouTube channel because I have decided some things. In fact, this is really just going to be an update on stuff. So, hello, if you haven't seen me in a while, it's because you didn't get the memo that I moved my YapCast somewhere else. And then I decided I'm moving it back here. Many reasons. I was curious to see if it would reach more people on the other platform. Also, I wanted everything to be one place. But then as I started designing my website and looking at other people, I noticed that they have done a really great job at separating all their ventures. And so I was like, well, I guess this does need to be separated. And I've noticed when I do separate my ventures, the algorithm has a better job at figuring out what it is I'm doing. And so I was like, might as well go back. So I will be removing the past few episodes on my other account, possibly putting them on here. To be honest, I don't really care. I don't imagine people are, going back and listening to them repeatedly. And it gives me a chance to talk about the topics again if I wanted to, that I did talk about. And one of those episodes sucked anyway because I literally was I was having a lot of trouble paying attention to what I was trying to talk about. I could not think that day. So anyway, I'm back. If you missed me, then thank you for missing me, first of all. I appreciate that. I'm doing great. The update is I'm doing great. So, I've been on 10 milligrams of Prozac for a couple months now, and it's the lowest dose that they give. And I would like to be like, I don't want to, say that this is a major player, but I'm going to assume that this was obviously a major player in my happiness simply because a lot of things pivotally changed at that moment. But I will say at the same time as starting that, I started jiu-jitsu. And jiu-jitsu has been wearing me down, which makes it, and I have a noticeable difference when I don't, do jiu-jitsu and I do jiu-jitsu. So I think being worn out really helps with my mind. Also, growing older, just growing up, getting, I don't know, but I will say that if we're going to talk about the Prozac, because I'm not anti-medication, I just don't want to be on. I personally don't want to be on it forever. Although it doesn't, it literally doesn't have much of a noticeable effect on me. I think that the most noticeable effect is it just gave me a little bit more space with myself. Another thing that I started at the exact same time was I quit that, and I've done that many times in my life actually, but this is probably one of the longest periods that it's been. So it's been the only reason I know is because I also started meditating again at the same time. So I'm 75 days free and of that, and I've been meditating for 75 days. So double whammy every morning. I don't watch anything at night anymore. I just read. I've been doing that I will say that I haven't been doing that for 75 days because I did there was I was watching a really great show, and I was like, oh, this is so much better than reading right now. Um, but that was only just I. But now I don't even have any subscriptions to anything like any Netflix or whatever because I bought an iPad Pro. Well, I financed it with my Apple because I have an Apple card. So I bought an iPad Pro so I could because I had I wanted I just want I'm gonna be honest, I wanted one mainly for drawing, which is like a very expensive sketch pad, but I love it so much. I really do. I really like it a lot. And also because I wanted to do some graphic design work and stuff, and I just wanted it to be, I just wanted to be able to do, I don't know. Okay. I did, you know what? And I'm happy that I did. I feel good. And I so far have the money for it. So, oh, we got a different drink. This is called Angry Angel. I'm just taking a break from my I can't even remember the name of them. They never sponsored me. I'm drinking Angry Angel, Mind, Body, Soul, Fuel, Tropical. It's probably pretty bad for me, but it's yerba mate is where the caffeine's coming from, and it has a bunch of B vitamins and shit. No sugar, no sucralose, no artificial ingredients, non-GMO. Like come on, man. I must be, I don't know, but I'm drinking this because I just wanted a break from I needed, not that it just still tastes amazing and everything, but it was I just wanted a break from that type of caffeine. So that tastes kind of like an energy drink. I'm not going to lie. But it also, another thing is it has less caffeine content in it, which was something that's why, okay, yeah. I was taking a break because I wanted something with less caffeine content. I really wanted just yerba mate, but at the Whole Foods I go to, they only have 200 milligrams of caffeine in them, and that's a lot. I wanted half that. So this is more like 100. I think. Let me find it. It says it somewhere on here. I never understand why energy drinks make it so hard to find the amount of caffeine in it. Okay, 120. That's closer to what I want. Really, I want like 110. I don't want 60 or 70. I want a little bit more than that, like a little more than a cup of coffee. So like 100. Okay, but oh wow, it literally says 120 milligrams right in the middle there, and like one of its big bold things. Okay, so it does say it in a. Okay, some don't. Anyway, so yeah, I've been feeling absolutely great. Been working incredibly hard, getting all the things done, enjoying some of it, enjoying a lot of it. I'm really proud of myself right now. Celebrating the small wins. I've gotten better at celebrating the small wins. I've really cultivated appreciation and trust in the universe. And these things are all things that are combining to make me like honestly a pretty happy person. I'm not gonna say that I run around, like skipping all the time. And I'm not gonna say that I don't have like low moments, but they're just not as low, and I'm just better at dealing with them. I'm sure that has to do with the Prozac as well, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. I want to give myself some credit too because I've been working so hard. I don't want to just give the 10 milligrams of Prozac the credit. So, but you know what? I give credit where credit's due. It definitely helped me and gave me space, but it also has made me really sleepy. But I really like being able to sleep. So I don't mind it because for most of the time it's always been really hard to sleep for me. And now I'm like, it still can be rough to sleep, but I'm like, I'm asleep. And that's okay. And that's okay. Which is a lot of. I hear the freaking power washer. Anyway, that's okay. I'm taking off these. Oh wait, I can still hear it. For those of you who are just listening, I took off my headphones because I was like, okay, I don't want to hear the power washer anymore. To realize that, wait, that's the reason that I can hear it. So I can still hear it. In fact, I think this is obviously worse. So I'm gonna put my headphones back on. So that's my like happiness update. I'm feeling good. You can follow me on Custis Blue. That's my main account. I think I'm gonna do mostly comedy on there. I have another account which I haven't, really figured out what the name of it's going to be on TikTok, and that is where I'm going to just be talking like this, but for like a minute, or doing inspirational stuff, because I feel like there's a part of me that likes to be inspirational. And then and then I got one where I just like to look good. Okay. And I'm like trying to be like one of them niche like influencers, like niche dark aesthetic. You know what I'm talking about. Basically, I'm putting my eggs in multiple baskets when it comes to social media. So if you want to just look at me lip sync and act pretty, that's on Save a Horse, Ride Custis Blue. Anyway, I'm taking a break on streaming like video games because I don't really play. I only play video games on stream, and I do love playing video games. It's such a nice stress relief for me. And it feeds like a competitive part of me that I really enjoy doing. But I can't do the real point of me doing streaming and stuff was to help build a community and communicate with you guys. So it's just not it's not the best when I'm fully enveloped in the game and I cannot do multiple things at once. So I can either be fun and entertaining and awesome and super sexy, or I can play video games. So I decided for the latter. The latter, as in the ladder of the ladder, the one that's this one that I called myself sexy in. Anyway, sometimes I want to talk. I want to see if I can talk about popular events going on, but I'm super scared. Super scared to have opinions because of social media. So maybe that's what I want to talk about. It's hard these days. It feels so hard to be able to formulate and have an opinion because you can't talk about it. I I I can't learn without expressing, so I can't, become smart without sounding like an idiot first. So for me to learn something, I have to like say it, see what I said, and be like, that was kind of stupid, like, which is part of the reason why I posted so many, even with TikTok. There's some TikToks that I deleted back in 2020 that never should have ever saw the light of day. Okay, but I learned my lesson by them seeing the light of day and me going, oh, why, and I can't. Why did I do that? So what I'm saying is that conversation is important to a society, a community, and I feel because of social media, because of strong beliefs, because of other things like that, it can feel pretty hard to have an opinion, especially hot takes. But I think that I don't think my opinion is any more valuable than the next person, but I do feel that I am allowed to have an opinion, and it does seem that some people, for some reason, do enjoy my opinion. I do think that I am semi-rational, and I do also think that I am caring and loving, and I also know that I don't want to be a people pleaser anymore, so I would like to be able to express my opinions. And you know what? I think the real thing is I need to no longer be scared. I think one of the reasons that comedians and have been able to become so popular, and podcasts have been able to become so popular, like Theo Vaughn, love Theo, Joe Rogan, whatever the comedians, Tim Dillon, whatever all the ones, all the popular ones, even Tucker Carlson, which I don't love. I don't know much about them, but all I'm saying is I don't know. Anyway, all I'm saying is that I think it's because I think a lot of people are scared to talk, and those people aren't scared to talk, and that's why they have such a hardcore fan base. It's not even about the agreeing or disagreeing. It's the fact that they are expressing, and part of what they're expressing is like very punk. I know that a lot of people would probably say punk is actually against them, but punk is it's actually very alternative and punk to go against the grain and the popular grain, And I think that when someone says things, and I'm not saying that platforms are being used properly or not properly. I'm just saying that I think that when someone expresses things and asks questions and talks, that fearlessly, that there's the people that do feel like, I don't know, just you're like, oh, that's a conversation that I've wanted to have, but I've been too scared to have. You know what I'm saying? And so then people get to connect and hear these long form conversations, and they get to learn new information. So actually, you want to know why podcasts are popular too, by the way? I think podcasts are popular because they don't really necessarily have small attention spans. It's just like when it's a really long podcast about something that's fucking interesting, you're like, oh, this is interesting, and they're not just trying to shove something down my throat. They're just like fucking talking. Which is another reason why I think, and that's why I've come back to even reading books and things like that. I want to start reading non-fictional books for my songwriting. I want to become a better writer, so I want to make sure that I'm feeding that part of me. And so I've always had trouble reading fictional books. I think I've never had trouble reading one that I like, though. I've just disliked a lot. So anyway, another thing is, I've talked about this a lot when it comes to media. Like you forming an opinion on anybody that's just from like a clip and not from like listening, being there, being in conversation, being whatever, is the dumbest thing ever. You're never gonna actually learn anything about anyone that way. I mean, come on. Sometimes I'm fucking sassy. What has anyone ever been in my life? Imagine you come in. Imagine the live that I was at yesterday when I said something about being blindfolded. Come on. First of all, we don't need to go straight into that right now, but what I'm saying is that is a clip, and people can formulate this whole thing just from you know what I mean? Like you missed the whole topic, but I will say that maybe that, you probably did get what you get, whatever. You did get what you see on that. But what I'm saying is you can't the first thing you shouldn't do is just formulate, like, you can't, if your first thing when, is always just, you're wrong, you're this, then you'll never learn anything. You will never learn anything. Seriously, the reason that I'm easily manipulated is because I go like in past relationships. If someone comes up to me in my relationship that I love and says, "Hey, that's wrong. I don't like that. You're wrong for thinking that." My first response isn't, "Fuck no, you're wrong. I'm right." My first response is, "Why are you saying this to me? What is making you feel that way? You care about me. I care about you. Why? Maybe I am." And then I have to go think about it. And then you know what? I'll call people that I'm close to. I'll talk to my therapist. Is this right? Is this real, what they're saying? I'll research it and figure it out. Is this real, what they're saying? And I'll think about it, and I'll be with myself. And that's why it's easily for me to be, because if you are trying to gaslight me, but I love you, then I'm very trusting. So I might be like, I might be like, maybe they're right. Maybe that's right. When it's not. But what I'm saying, I'm telling two different things. But what I'm saying is, it's, maybe I'm unproving my point. What I'm saying is, it's important to, be open to things to a certain extent, and look into it. But it's also important to surround yourself with people that you can talk to, because what I'm saying is, if you take away the fact that I have my family and my close friends and my therapist. And if you separate, which a lot of toxic people do, they'll try to separate you from that, make it seem like you can't talk to them about that, then you won't have anyone to go on except yourself. And if you're a caring, trusting person, then the only person that you have to go on is the person that's being manipulative. And sometimes people don't purposely be manipulative. Sometimes nice people who have genuine intentions do manipulative things. I've probably done manipulative things. I'm sure I know I have in my life. So it's not like I'm not talking bad about people from my past or anything like that. I'm just saying that, I'm just saying it's good to have a lot of people that love you and that you love. And if you don't have a lot of people around you that love you and stuff, then maybe you need to give some love out and be that person first. But not just to one person, multiple people, okay? Because it can't just be one person. You have to have other people to communicate with, ask questions to. You can join communities. You can join a jiu-jitsu gym. You can go on a run club. You can meet people at a class. You can, meet people in the Custis Blue Discord, I guess. Although I want to take everyone's advice in that Discord. Some people have very strong opinions. And I do too, okay? And I do too. And I'm proud of my opinions, okay? But I'm also willing to change them because you know what? I want to be happy and I want the people around me to be happy. And so I'm willing to figure out how to make that happen. But I will say that putting myself first, my body first, taking care of myself, taking care of my body, doing things to cultivate my happiness, my confidence, my whatever has been great for me, and I think it's been great for the people around me. So there's that. Anyway, I don't even know. I do kind of know what I was talking about, but I don't really know. Oh, this was me trying to validate why I should be able to talk about popular topics that are going on in the world. I will say something that's really funny, and I hope this isn't. I don't know if I've listened to some Tim Dillon podcasts every once in a while, and that man is really wild. I'm pretty sure he's I don't even know what he is, but he sometimes says things that make me laugh. I'm gonna be honest. And that's his job. He's a comedian. Now, sorry, I'm thinking about some of the things that he said that make me laugh. That guy is not scared to speak. Anyway, oh God, what else is there? I mean, I haven't even finished my Angry Angel Fuel. I will say it's harder for me to finish this because it's not harder for me to finish the whole thing, but it takes time because it's so sparkly. There's so much sparkles in it. Like it's carbonated water, and it's just like. By the way, this is keto friendly. Is it gluten free? How do you know? I feel like it's gotta be gluten free. It doesn't say anything about being gluten free, but there's no gluten in it, right? Anyway, so if you're not gluten free, don't judge me. Don't drink that unless you figure it out yourself, because I'm not gluten free, so I don't have to pay attention to that. Anyway, how long have I been talking, friends? Yeah, so we're gonna be back on. I did get a haircut. Okay, we've been talking for 20 minutes. All right, I've been back on my on this new YouTube, and I will be staying on this YouTube. I hope I didn't lose that one person who was like, I discovered you on YouTube and I've been watching your shit every week. I hope I didn't lose that person, because that was my first organic person new, and I probably did. But if not, hi, I appreciate you for being here. Guys, I appreciate y'all for listening to me. Thank you. I hope that y'all have a beautiful day. beautiful night, a beautiful weekend, and you know, stay fucking bad and drink water. Eyeball heart you. My shoulder is really hurting right now. Oh my god. Can't tell if I'm gonna go to jiu-jitsu tonight or not. Okay. Well, I gotta get a good looking thumbnail for this. Like, because my hair's a little short. I'm back. Okay, whatever. There's gonna be a good looking one in there somewhere, I hope. Okay. I will see y'all later.